All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, Call hello, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, make this real short because actually my phone battery is kind of low. So I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna read this article. This is from Fox Business. Okay, a well over credible source. Even though they pop tart with it sometimes, but when it comes to certain things, this is Fox Business. They're, you could take what info you need from here and also get info from alternative sources too. But even look at what they're saying here. It reads, excuse me, central bank digital currencies are coming whether countries are ready or not, which means Esau is about to bring in the beast system. Okay, we here, man. We are here. You know, this is it right here, man. We're in the final quarter. We're in the final. We're really at this devil's last bit of his rulership, man. Okay, so stay tuned for all the things happening in the news, whether it be financial, war, economics, everything that comes apart to knowing anything. Stay tuned. That's why the Lord said, watch as well as pray. Watch the thing that's going on so you can understand what's going on, get more understanding in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai so you could be taken care of by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai when things get really, really crazy. Because as you had today or yesterday, you had at Bank of America, a bunch of people said that, and today too, a bunch of people saying that they're not only are they losing money from their accounts, but their accounts are being put in a negative. Okay, but I'm gonna read this. It says central bank digital currencies are coming whether countries are ready or not. Which is the CBDC. It says central bank digital currency doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but you might want to get used to saying it. These so-called CBDCs or digital versions of dollars, won, euros, yen, or any other currency are coming, which means they're here. And it says, say those who study them. And depending on how they are designed and rolled out, their impact on the banking system could be profound, which means very, very impactful. And it says 114 countries are exploring digital currencies because why? The Lord said what? He said he calls of all. The Lord said these devils are going to cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. And it says, and their collective economies represent more than 95% of the world's GDP. Damn, I'm going to say the whole thing. And it says, according to the Atlantic Council Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker, some countries, including China, India, Nigeria, and the Bahamas, have already rolled out digital currencies. Others, like Sweden and Japan, are preparing for possible rollouts. The U.S. is studying the issue and has run trials of various technologies to enable a digital currency. Although Fed Chair Jerome Powell has indicated the U.S. Central Bank has no plans to create one and won't do so without direction from Congress, which means that's bullshit. They're going to do it, man. They have to do it. This prophecy. And it says debates about the necessity, utility, and potential pros and cons of digital currencies are often confused in part because every country rolling out a digital currency is doing it in its own way, which doesn't matter. It says generally, however, CBDCs can be roughly divided into two types. Those designed for use by financial institutions, which are banks, and those designed for use by the general public, which means people doing it themselves, trade, however they want to do it. But more than likely, a lot of people are going to do it through these institutions because everybody has bank accounts, And these devils ain't going to give no people control over the actual currency system. Just like they don't really give you no control over your banking accounts. Because at the end of the day, these banks can just pick up and leave with your money. But anyway, it says old versus new. The first type is just a new way for central banks to transfer money to commercial banks. More specifically, some central banks are testing whether money transfers between financial institutions, which in some cases can take days to settle, might be made safer and more efficient under a system in which central bank money is represented by digital tokens and transactions are settled on a shared distributed ledger, concepts borrowed from cryptocurrency and blockchains. One such system is being tested by the New York Fed and a range of big U.S. banks and financial institutions. Now, you see what just happened at Bank of America. What they're probably going to do is they doing that fuck up shit, what they did at Bank of America, so they could roll something out, and then the other banks can see how it goes. That's just a theory. That's just that's not something I'm saying they're gonna do. That's just a theory, conspiracy theory. And it says the second type of CBDC is a digital version of fiat money made available to the general public, to the people, through accounts held by a central bank or a commercial bank. So it's still going to be under a bank, under a central bank, and then under a commercial bank. It don't even matter because it's still going to be all under the central banking system, central banking families. And it says, from the perspective of a regular person or business, this kind of CBDC isn't any different from the electronic money in their bank accounts today. It's just a digital dollar, which means, but at the end of the day, when it gets to this, it's not going to be nothing to touch. Okay, it's all going to be computerized. And it says it's just a digital dollar. What makes these kinds of CBDC special is that they're created and held in accounts that a central bank has direct access to. If another pandemic happened, for example, the Fed could just deposit stimulus checks into every U.S. citizen's digital currency account. Oh, you see what they tried to the twist? And people have been, oh, where's my stimulus? Where's my stimulus? They ain't gonna have no problem. See, that's how he's all doing it with deception, and he's doing it to where like, see what can be convenient about it. But at the end of the day, whatever you have to deal with it. But when these devils really say you have to get it implemented in your skin, that's when you have to cut ties with all of this system, man. With this, because that's when it's going to be time for either you're going to be judged for damnation or salvation. Because once you take that, implement that piece of rice in your body, you have no chance of salvation if you're an Israelite. On the first go around, you have to be burned by fire. And it says, and that's pretty much it, And if you want to get it, this is Fox Business News. Central bank currencies are coming whether countries are ready or not. Fox Business, it'd be easy to find, and that's what's going on. So might as well get it, because this is what these devils are ultimately trying to bring in. This is the Revelation chapter 13. Verse 16, and it says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Because you think about it, in this day and age now, you need it. If you don't have any cash, you need some kind of electronic cash flow. So you need either a debit card, you got these cash apps, PayPal, Zelle, so on and so forth. You need some kind of connection to a bank if you don't have cash. What these devils are trying to do, they're trying to get rid of cash to ultimately bring in that mark. Because this is biblical prophecy we're talking about. This is not just us, they're trying to do something to be more effective and be more convenient for the people. No, the Lord has these devils rolling out his prophecies. And that's what it's about. And what you won't get if you get that mark, oops. Yeah, where is it? Oh, this book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 8. And it says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, which is this world, which is Esau's kingdom, which is America and Esau's rulership. And it says, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That's actually specifically the daughter of Babylon talking about America. Okay, when it talks about Babylon in Revelation, it's talking about America. That's the daughter of Babylon. And it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. That's those missiles. And it says, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So in front of Yahushai and the angels, they're going to watch you burn, man. And so is his elect, man. And that's something you do not want to be part of. I do not want to be part of that, man. So at the end of the day, what basically the message here is, do not get that mark. Because if you get that mark, it's curtains for you, man. So whatever needs to happen, whatever's going to have to happen, whether all this doomsday prep, all that shit is cool. But at the end of the day, if you don't get that mark, which a lot of people are not, even people that's not Israel, but if you're an Israelite and you get that mark, that's your judgment that's coming to you. Okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no redo. There's no take it out. No, once you get it, once you worship that, once you get that mark, you're basically worshiping the image, and you're basically falling in line with Esau, man. And you're basically saying that you fear Esau more than the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And then that won't work well for you. So hey, and with that, these devils about to roll it out. CBDC, ultimately the RF, you know the rest. And hopefully this is edifying. Brothers stay prayed up. Hey, go. You already know the. The covering and what those names to have for covering is Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, man, which is Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, man. Okay? Because the Lord said his name is that strong tower, man. The refuge, the rock, the shield, the defense. That's the best defense you could have, man. Better than any gun, any knife, any fortress, none of that, man. Because at the end of the day, the Lord could go through anything, man. The Lord made all of this. So at the end of the day, if he's not on your side, you have no chances. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.